Yo guys, what's up? My name is Judge Prime, the ITK, here again with another video. Now today we are talking about reality TV star, comedian, and of course rapper Cardi B. Now I'm sure a lot of people would know Cardi B from shows like, Love and Hip Hop, and maybe you might be one of her fans off of Instagram. But today we're here to talk about her second installment of the Gangsta Bitch music mixtape series. This is the second one. She had the first one come out in 2016. I listened to that. I enjoyed a few tracks off of that. And of course, this is her second project. With Cardi B, I will say that I think her hustle and just her drive and work ethic is inspiring to observe, going through from humble beginnings to becoming what she is now. And of course, understanding her popularity and using that popularity to live her dreams and to maximize whatever she chooses to, go for. So going into this album, it's about 10 tracks long. There are 9 tracks and 1 skit. The tape opens with the track Bronx Season. Now, of course, Cardi B is from the Bronx in New York. This track is basically like a look at me now type of track. A lot of tracks on here, in fact, and a lot of the messaging on this tape is kind of look at me now. All of you people that wrote me off, all of you people that said I wouldn't be shit, look at what I'm doing now. And also kind of humbling the people who did not believe in her, hustle and her work in the beginning, who are now coming to ask for various favors from her. The next track, Lick, basically on this track, I think Lick, I'm not the best when it comes to American slang, but lick means to, get a large amount of money. I believe in this context, that's what she's referring to. She reflects on periods of time where she would go to stores and not have enough money to buy anything, but now she can buy out the whole store and things of that nature. It's a very trappy song, very upbeat. I think this song will do well in the clubs. I think Cardi B in the creation of her music draws on, her life in the club scene. You're hearing a lot of, heavy bass on these tracks, a lot of upbeat tracks, a lot of tracks that people can dance and move to. I think she draws off of that environment of being in the club. So you're having a lot of tracks that can do well in the clubs. You're having a lot of aggression and charisma in terms of her flow and delivery. Then there's a little skit on here called Leave That Bitch Alone. There's also a follow-up track of the same title. I think the skit was quite funny. Basically, going through her significant other's phone and finding that he's cheating on her. And, he took her to his mother's house and he's like, nah, she's just from Bible study. And I found it to be funny. And she's basically playing this, this role of the crazy girlfriend, even though I don't think it's exactly a role. On the next track, you have her, with a very smooth chorus. Even though it isn't very aggressive, it does deliver an aggression in terms of the lyrics. And this kind of, when your girlfriend is angry, but she's not exactly showing it, she has this kind of crazy look in her eye. I think that's the feeling and the mood I get from, this song. It's not exactly the most aggressive track on this mixtape, but it still does deliver that kind of aggression and, fiery passion that I think Cardi B has a lot of and does a good job in terms of relaying that on this mixtape. Like the title implies, gangster music. She's very gangster on this. She's very aggressive, very tough, but she does maintain her, more feminine elements throughout this mixtape. So I think it's a nice balance. I think it's an interesting balance. I think she's able to package a lot of her background, a lot of her environment into this mixtape. Her environment of being from the Caribbean. There's a dancehall track, which I'll get onto in a little bit later. Her background of being from the Bronx, with that aggression, that masculinity, if I could say so. And also, bringing in that little femininity, that sensual element. I was talking earlier about a dancehall track, and she has the track Back It Up, which features a couple of other people. I think it's Hood Celebrity and Conscious. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. But Cardi B is of Dominican and Trinidadian background, I believe, so tapping into her Caribbean roots. However, on this track, she feels a bit hesitant, a bit uneasy. As someone of Caribbean descent, I felt like she should have done a lot more in terms of her flow, in terms of the accent. It didn't feel like she was really with it. It felt like she was a bit unsure with this track. And as a result, it felt more like she was a guest on her own track, as the other features did quite a good job. Nevertheless, this is a smooth track, a lovely track, a track that I enjoyed. Another track I liked on this mixtape would be Pop Off. I'm getting a lot of, Busta Rhymes and DMX vibes on this track. It's very hardcore hip hop, and it's a track that, it's a headbanging type of track. Basically, Cardi B just shows you how gangster she is on this track. A particularly interesting line, she says, "Cardi, why you feisty? Shut up, bitch, and fight me." I think that was very funny and straight to the point. Another track on here is Never Give Up. This feels very cliche to me. It's your traditional, inspiring type of track with a little bit of electro pop on it. It features Josh X. Now, this isn't the first time Cardi and Josh X are working together. I believe they worked together on her first mixtape on a track titled Selfish. It's an okay track. I just felt that it was a bit cliche. So overall, I'll say this mixtape is decent. Cardi B has a great flow. I think she's a decent songwriter. She wasn't trash. She was able to deliver a message. She was able to keep it fun, able to keep it, keep that aggression in terms of her lyrics, and also to, just tell you a bit of her story. I would have preferred if she had been a bit more retrospective or introspective in terms of things that have happened in her life. I've watched a few of her interviews, and I know that she's had a very interesting life. I think that would have been very inspiring if she had, detailed the struggles that she had gone through in her music. Now, of course, that's up to her. That's her prerogative. But for me personally, I would have really enjoyed that. Another thing I think she does very well is that she knows her strengths. She knows herself as a person. And as such, you can listen to her music and it can sound like, this is Cardi B. This is who she is. This is her nature. It's definitely delivered through her music, as well as having, quite eclectic beats. I didn't listen to this feeling bored. While I did not appreciate every single song, it wasn't that I was bored. It was just like, some songs were not for me. And as much as I can criticize this album, I have to admit that I'm probably not the first person Cardi B was thinking about in terms of constructing this mixtape. I think she's done a good job in terms of targeting her demographic, her fans, her audience. I can see a lot of people are going to be using her songs as, as background for their Instagram and Snapchat videos. And she's going to do well in terms of clubs and, if she markets it well. I wish she had sang a little bit more just to deliver that, little emphasis on emotion. And I think it would have been a lovely balance in terms of having this, very feisty aggression, as well as, having this more mellow, smooth and chill vibe to it. Overall, like I said, this probably wasn't directed at me. It's probably for, young ladies out there, to inspire the young ladies and to give them something to enjoy. So for me personally, listening to this, I think I'll give it a 6/10. That's just me being honest. Like I said, it's a good mixtape. I think that she has talent. That is something I won't deny. And if she's able to, refine her music, smoothen some things here and there in terms of the production, in terms of her flow, she could definitely be on there in terms of top, rappers out there. I think the trap song Lick is actually better than a lot of trap songs out there because she's actually enunciating her words and you can understand what she's saying. I hope she works on her music more. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Shout out to Cardi B. I think this is a good mixtape and I look forward to what she has to offer next. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like. If you're new around here, why not click subscribe? Check out some other videos and I'll see you in the next one. Have a blessed day and goodbye.